This is an AI summary of Britney's live stream, titled, Late Night Vent Sesh. I split the transcript into 3 parts and asked for summaries.
What this podcast/stream is, Part 1. Format and hosts. A casual late-night live call-in style stream hosted by Britney with her partner Craig joining on mic/camera partway through. Heavy real-time chat interaction, lots of off-the-cuff banter, some profanity, and frequent technical asides. Mics, lights, cameras. Overall tone. Conversational and chaotic but affectionate. Part vent session, part creator economy talk, and part true crime/current events read-through. The mood swings between defensive, addressing haters, and playful flirtation between the hosts.
Structured summary of Part 1. 1. Cold open and creator community venting, approximate first 10 to 15 minutes. Britney opens while troubleshooting links/audio and hints she received a troubling message. She talks about a recognizable pattern when supporters go to the other side. First defending rival creators, then appearing in their chats. Sets a boundary. Criticism is fine, but switching sides to people who attacked me/my family and you is a line. Repeats that what those rival channels do is egregious/borderline criminal. Live chatters mentioned by name, e.g., KJ Mac, Mohawk Mom, weigh in throughout. 2. Addressing rumors and personal notes. Responds to claims she had a black eye in a recent photo, says the picture was taken 2 or 3 days ago in her kitchen and denies any injury. Mentions being 37, jokes about looks/lighting and schedule being shot. Exchanges playful, sometimes risque banter with Craig as he adjusts lighting/colors on camera. 3. Monetization realities and fundraising recurring thread. Explains why she regularly pushes memberships and gifts 5 memberships at a time to give back. Says ad revenue is minimal, a couple $100s a month. Income comes mostly from memberships and super chats. Discusses platform cuts, YouTube taking 30% plus on memberships/supers and most ad revenue, and briefly compares to TikTok/Kick. Floats the idea of testing TikTok lives. References an ongoing attorney's fund and asks for end-of-month support.
For main news segment, Virginia Councilman set on fire. This becomes the substantive true crime/current events portion of Part 1. Topic. Danville, Virginia City Council member J/Lee Vogler allegedly doused with a 5-gallon bucket of gasoline and set on fire at the Showcase magazine office. Suspect named on air as Shotsy Michael Buck Hayes 29. The hosts repeatedly note. Vogler ran toward the front of the building as gasoline was poured. Suspect ignited him and fled. Police quickly arrested the suspect nearby. Officials say the parties knew each other and the incident appears personal, not political. Public statements/prayers cited from local leaders, Mayor, Virginia Governor, and that Vogler was airlifted to a burn center, condition not stated on air. The read-through is punctuated by Craig's interruptions, jokes and lighting changes, which frustrate Britney. They eventually take turns reading. Social media scouring. They mention photos suggesting the families had social ties, e.g., couples pictured together at an event, reinforcing a personal connection. Speculation from chat. Flagged as speculation, a commenter says the suspect's wife filed for divorce recently and implies a possible affair motive. The hosts treat it as a theory, not a confirmed fact. 5. Back to community and metachat. Audience size and engagement get mentioned. More requests for memberships. Continued playful back and forth between the hosts. Britney moderates and keeps trying to steer back to the article.
Key themes in Part 1. Parasocial dynamics and loyalty. Anxiety about supporters switching sides, and how creator communities fracture. Online harassment/rumor control. Addressing false claims, e.g. black eye photo. Creator economy transparency. Why memberships matter. Platform revenue splits, gifting strategy. Crime/news analysis with live sourcing. A shocking non-political attack on a local official. Hosts curate details from articles and social posts in real time. On-air couple dynamic. Flirtatious, teasing energy that sometimes derails the segment. Britney takes the anchor role. Notable moments to highlight. Memberships. That's where our money comes from. Candid monetization talk and why the host gifts 5 at a time. The 5-gallon gasoline detail and personal not political framing of the Danville attack. The hosts discovering photos showing prior acquaintanceship between victim and suspect, which shapes their read of motive, still unconfirmed. Britney's on-air push-pull with Craig, muting him briefly, to keep the story on track. Content and style notes. Language. PG-13 to R, profanity, sexual innuendo. Pacing, loose digressive, chat-driven. Disclaimers. The show explicitly mixes reporting with real-time commentary and speculation. Where motive is discussed, it's largely conjecture from chat at this stage.
Part 2, Core Beats and Takeaways. Love Triangle Theory surfaces. Chat user Retha notes the suspect Shotsy Hayes filed for divorce days before the attack. Britney and Craig grab a Daily Mail piece confirming the split and a photo of both couples together, fueling speculation that Councilman Vogler may have had an affair with Hayes' wife. The hosts frame it as conjecture but treat it as the leading motive. Victim's condition update. Article says Vogler was airlifted first to Lynchburg, then to the UNC Chapel Hill Burn Center. Britney notes, that means he's in bad shape. He is reportedly awake and talking. Monetization and gifting again. Luminous Gifts memberships, visible lag in YouTube UI. Britney explains why gifts sometimes don't show. Craig jokes about, support my color transitions, as he cycles LED light colors. Extended couple banter / adult content. A Craig flirts, bite Brit's ass, sings 90s R&B lines, references Pony. A Britney repeatedly blushes / mutes him to stay on track. They refute haters claim Craig ignores, or won't say he loves her. Craig states love on air and points to their 15-year relationship. Harassment and surveillance rant. Claims rival channels bragged about flying drones or planting trail cams near their home. Craig threatens to buy a radio frequency detector and press charges. Both hosts rail against losers, obsessed with them. Community lawsuits and the light side. They distance themselves from a supporter named Matthysse who is funding his own legal action against detractors. Emphasize he's independent and has the checkbook. Britney plugs their own attorney fund again. True crime fatigue and grotesque sidebar. Chat derail into ER stories about maggot-infested wounds, disco rice. Britney almost gag reacts. Segues to nursing home neglect, lawsuits, and elder abuse.
Running motifs in Part 2. Affair hypothesis crystallizes. Divorce detail plus group photo turns the crime story into a potential love triangle narrative. Audience-funded creator economy, repeated membership gifting, explicit callouts of top donors. On-air intimacy versus professionalism. Craig's lighting antics and sexual jokes collide with Britney's attempts to keep true crime structure. Harassment paranoia, escalation from verbal trolling to alleged physical surveillance, drones, cams. Resilience messaging, cam up, own your looks, they can't break our bond. Notable quotes. You don't mess with people's families, that's playing with fire. Britney, when the affair motive dawns on her. Support my color transitions, whatever color you want me to be. Craig, riffing on LED light changes as a membership drive gag. We have a great personal relationship, hours and hours of good personal relationship. Craig, doubling down after critics say he ignores Britney. If they planted a trail cam, it'll go beep 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 and I'll stomp it out, then you'll be prosecuted. Craig, on handling alleged stalkers.
Flow and pacing observations. Even more digressive than Part 1. Each news detail sparks side quests, Daily Mail search, gifting glitch, LED jokes, CPS allegations, disco rice. Chat heavily steers the narrative. Hosts read usernames aloud and chase their leads. Tone zigzags, investigative curiosity, raunchy flirting, anger at harassers, gallows humor.
Overnight with Britney and Craig. Full episode summary. 1. Creator community venting and housekeeping. Britney opens while juggling links and audio, reveals she's just received a disturbing DM and senses a familiar pattern. Supporters who will soon flip to rival channels start by defending those rivals in chat. Explains she's fine with criticism, but will not tolerate people hanging out with creators who have attacked my family. Early chat roll call. Sets the informal, anything goes tone, asterisk. 2. rumor control, and personal updates. Refutes gossip that she's sporting a black eye. Photo in question was taken 2-3 days ago under a beauty ring light. Age talk, she's 37. Plus playful back and forth about no wrinkles, gray hairs, lighting, and being on camera. 3. How the money really works. Breaks down income streams. Ad rev is almost equal to $200 per MO. Real support is memberships and super chats. Gifts exactly 5 memberships at a time as her way of giving back. Riffs on platform cuts, YouTube 30% plus. TikTok and Kick comparisons. Floats trying a weekly TikTok duo stream. 4. True crime headline. City councilman set on fire. Read through of breaking Fox News piece. J. Lee Vogler, 38, Danville, Virginia councilman, doused with a 5-gallon bucket of gasoline and ignited by acquaintance Shotsy Michael Buck Hayes, 29. Police say motive is personal, not political. Vogler airlifted in critical condition. Craig's lighting antics and jokes repeatedly derail the reading. Britney mutes him briefly to finish the article. 5. Emerging motive, divorce and possible affair. Chat member Retha drops that Hayes' wife filed for divorce last week. Daily Mail screenshot shows the two couples socializing together. Hosts clearly labeling it speculation. Consider a love triangle motive. Quick health update. Vogler transferred to UNC Chapel Hill Burn Center, awake and talking. 6. Membership drive plus harassment stories. More gifted memberships. Craig jokes support my color transitions while cycling LEDs. Both describe alleged stalking. Drones trail cameras near their home. Vow to prosecute. 7. Friendship boundaries and needy supporters. Craig draws a line between real-life busy friends and people who DM constantly. If you're up my phone all day, you've got no life. Admits he ignores collab requests from tiny creators unless the partnership would benefit him. 8. 90s R&B nostalgia and on-air flirtation. They slide into radio host voices, sing TLC's Red Light special, and Donkey, but reminisce about Fayetteville's Foxy 99 Big Stick late-night show. Viewers either laugh along or complain. Britney calls it Craig being stupid. Don't take him seriously. 9. Relationship, deep dive, and faith talk. Both insist they wouldn't be with anyone else if they split. Discuss interdependence. I wouldn't know how to grocery shop without her. Craig gives testimony. He prayed for a Georgia peach with a 3D booty and God delivered Britney. Tells lonely viewers to pray likewise. Address trolls accusing them of staying together for chores. We complete each other. Love is the point. 10. Elder care and nursing home ethics. Chat shares maggot wound horror stories. Segues into whether they'd ever place parents in a home. Britney's stance. Would try in-home care first. Craig stresses case by case. Viewers trade caregiving experiences and feelings of guilt. 11. Sign off. Thank audience. Peak for 100 live. Tech check. New $30 dual mic kit. Sounds great. Promise to return tomorrow. Teasing more true crime and late-night banter.
I asked AI, if you came to her podcast hoping to hear something in the true crime category, how would you feel after hearing this? Probably a mix of frustration and whiplash. Why frustrated? You expected a structured, fact-rich true crime episode. What you got was maybe 20 to 25 minutes of usable case coverage scattered across 3 hours of personal banter, lighting jokes, membership pitches, R-rated flirting, and rants about rival YouTubers. Key details of the crime are present, but they surface in stops and starts. Each time Britney tries to read the article, Craig interrupts, the chat derails, or a new side story pops up. It's hard to keep track of timeline, motive, and victim status. Why whiplash? Tone swings from grisly crime facts, a man set on fire, to jokes about stepmom stuck in the dryer, 90s R&B karaoke, and LED light color shifts. If you're primed for serious discussion of assault, those sudden shifts can feel jarring, or even disrespectful. Might you still enjoy anything? If you like loose, reality show-style streams where the host personalities are the main draw, you might find the chaos entertaining. You do eventually learn the headline basics: victim, suspect, possible love triangle angle, just at a slow, meandering pace. Bottom line, for a pure crime listener, you'd likely leave thinking great chemistry, but please tighten it up. A time-stamped outline, pre-written case summary, or a separate, shorter crime-only upload would make the content far more satisfying to people who came for facts first and banter second.
Below is a concise rundown of the material that would likely be flagged as inappropriate, NSFW, or otherwise outside normal broadcast standards in the 3-hour stream. Frequent profanity. Repeated use of fuck, shit, bitch, ass, crap, hell, etc. This is woven through the whole show, especially in rants about rival channels and trolls. Sexual innuendo and explicit joking. A Craig references an 8-inch D while singing Boats and Hoes. A red light special karaoke, on-air flirting about getting it down and bite Brit's ass. A comments about Britney having the biggest 3D booty Georgia ever grew, filling her deep voids, and baby wipe / bedpan scenarios. Stepmom / stepson roleplay jokes. Craig calls Britney stepmom, riffs on help me, I'm stuck in the dryer, a common adult site meme. Graphic violence, news story. Detailed recounting of Councilman being doused with 5 gallons of gasoline and set on fire. Graphic medical / body horror chat. Maggot-infested wounds, disco rice. Discussion of sterile maggots for debridement. Threat or violent language toward detractors. Craig threatens to slap a troll in his face and to stomp out any hidden trail cameras. Crude insults toward critics. Phrases like jealous bitch, dirty hoe, losers, little petty fuck, etc. sprinkled throughout. Dismissive talk about drug use. Reference to having done too many drugs when younger, joking blame for memory lapses. Ableism / casual slurs. Word retarded not used, but cracker and loser flung as insults. Memorable lines and soundbites from the episode. Memberships, that's where our money comes from. Ad revenue is trash, maybe $200 a month. Britney brutally honest creator economy math. I only gift 5 memberships at a time. It's my little way of giving back, so why are they so butthurt about it? Britney transparent, plus the colorful butthurt. A 5-gallon bucket of gasoline. I'm just gonna stand there while he pours it on me? I've got so many questions. Craig sets the jaw-dropping tone for the crime story. Police say it's personal, not political. So what the hell happened between these two? Britney captures the mystery hook the audience is feeling. Support my color transitions, whatever color you want me to be. Craig, while cycling his LED lights perfect one-liner that marries the lighting gag to the membership drive. Help me, stepson. I'm stuck in the dryer. Craig, mocking adult site trope, the most eyebrow-raising innuendo of the night. If they planted a trail cam out here, it'll go beep 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 and I'll stomp it out, then we press charges. Craig shows the escalation from online trolling to real-world threats. If you're up my phone all day, every day, you've got no life. Craig, his blunt definition of a needy supporter. Red light special baby, it's yours, all yours. Britney, half-singing TLC marks the R-rated karaoke detour. She fills my deep voids, they say I fill hers deep too. Craig, the couple's most explicit flirt line. I prayed for a Georgia peach with a 3D booty, and God delivered. Craig, hilariously frank blend of faith and lust. We complete each other, and if that's not enough for you, too bad. Britney, to a troll, sums up their stance on outside judgment. Alright, we've been live all night and all day, tomorrow we'll try to have a better shirt and maybe fewer trolls. Britney, sign-off self-aware closing line that hints at the chaos. Bottom line. The session contains continuous profanity, explicit sexual joking, and some graphic or threatening content.